Hello Grey Geese, I hope you've had a really good weekend. I'm not going to be there on Monday, so I'm going to just show you through the worksheets that you'll need to do. If you have any problems with any of them, just wait until Tuesday and then we can talk about it on Tuesday. But we'll just go through them now and we'll see if you can get through them. So this is your week 8 pack, and first of all I'm going to talk you through the English. So the first thing we've got is a reading comprehension, and it's called the Thunderstorm. So what I'm going to do is I'll read it to you now and I'll read out the questions, and then you can see if you can answer those questions yourselves. So, the thunderstorm. The kids were outside playing catch. They heard a rumble in the sky. They didn't want to stop playing, but they knew it wasn't safe to be out in a storm. Also, they did not want to get wet. They decided to go inside and play a board game. They loved listening to the thunder as they played the game. The kids went outside again after the storm had passed, and they saw a rainbow. So that's all about a thunderstorm. Question 1 says, what were the kids playing outside? So if you go to the top of the story, it says the kids were outside playing catch. So you just need to write that for your answer for question 1. What did they hear? So they were outside playing catch and they heard a noise. You just need to write down what they heard. Question 3, where did they go? So they heard a thunderstorm outside. Where did they go afterwards? Okay, and question 4, what did they play inside? So when they were inside the house, what did they play? So you just need to write down the game that they played inside. Okay, so that's the reading comprehension. As I said, just write down your best answers and we can talk about it on Tuesday and see what answers you got, okay? So the second sheet is identifying nouns. So what you need to do is you need to circle all of the nouns on the worksheet. Now remember, we've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks. So a noun is a word for a person, a place, or a thing. So a person could be a grandma or a father or a mother. A place could be home, it could be school, or a thing could be a pencil or a pen or a chair. So you look through the words, you've got happy, pillow, and goat. So those first 3 words, you've got 2 nouns. Pillow is a thing, and a goat, which we class as a thing. So both of those you'd need to circle. So just read through all of the words and circle all the nouns. And again, we'll talk about it on Tuesday and see what answers you've got. Okay, the next one, it's a little bit of fun, so you need to use your imagination and try to think of the best answers you can do. So this is a little bit of writing. So if you could have any fantasy pet, what would it be and why? So a fantasy pet, it doesn't have to be a dog or a cat or a sheep. It could be any pet you could imagine. So it could be a unicorn, it could be a dragon. So you just need to write down what would be your favorite fantasy pet, the best pet you could possibly think of, and then why you'd want it to be your pet. So if you decided you wanted a dragon, you could say, I want a pet dragon because it can breathe fire and it can fly me around the world. So just write 2 or 3 sentences about what your favorite fantasy pet would be. And then on Tuesday, we can all read each other our favorite pets, our fantasy pets, and tell each other what they would be. Okay, so the last English worksheet we've got, on this one you've got some words, and what you need to do is write these words out 3 times like you've done before, and then you need to include those words in the sentences. So it's a little bit of a small worksheet, the one I've got, so I'm going to move it a bit closer. So this is the worksheet. So you've just got some words on there. So the words are quite easy, you should all be able to use them. So the first one is the, second one is a, do, to, and today. So you've got 5 sentences and you need to use those words in each sentence. So the first sentence says, he wanted something, drink of water. So you'd need to choose which of those 5 words you'd put into the first sentence. When you finish those sentences, it says at the bottom you need to write your own sentences. So you're going to use those same words, but you have to use your imagination and think about how you could include those words in your own sentence. So again, you're going to write 5 sentences down at the bottom, and you'll use these words to make your sentence, and then on Tuesday you'll be able to tell us what sentences you've written. And again, it doesn't have to be a sentence. If you want to include one of those words in a question, remember to put a question mark at the end, and you can write a question instead. Okay, so we're going to talk about your maths worksheets now. So we've just got the 2 maths worksheets today. So you will have done this hopefully before, but you know all of your numbers, and what I want you to do is write your numbers out in words. So this worksheet is write out numbers 1 to 20. So you've got your number here, so number 1. The number in words would just be O-N-E, and then you have to write how many 10s and how many 1s in each of the numbers, okay? So obviously for a number 1, there are no 10s, you're just going to put down 1, 1. But as you get later on in the week, we're going to write out all the numbers up to 100. So you're going to have to do a 10s and a 1s for each number. Again, try your best. If you have any problem with spelling, we can talk about it on Tuesday. But you should be pretty good at that. You've all done really well in your maths recently. Okay, and the last maths worksheet is a preposition worksheet. So it's talking about where the ladybird is. So it could be, the first one says top or bottom. So the ladybird is on top of the plant. So you'd need to circle top. And then the second one says far or near. So you need to decide if the ladybird is far away or near you, okay? And you circle the correct word. So for each picture, you've got 2 words, and you just need to circle the best word for that picture. Okay, and last of all, we're just going to talk about our IPC for the week. So we've done some work on rainforest, the Arctic, the desert, and mountainous, lots of different types of habitats, and the ocean as well. This week we're going to talk a little bit about the desert and about the Arctic as well. So today, on the Monday, you've got the easy one, which is just an Arctic animals word search. So you need to find all of these words and then circle them in the word search. And the words you've got on there are Arctic, beluga, caribou, fox, hare, moose, orca, owl, polar bear, puffin, rabbit, reindeer, seal, walrus, whale, and a wolf. So you've got lots of different animals to find in that word search, okay? And then last of all, this is something that we need to talk about as a class. So we'll probably do this one on Tuesday, but if you want to go ahead and do it, that's fine. So this week we're going to talk about 3 Arctic animals. We're going to talk about the polar bear, the penguin, and the walrus. And for each one of these, we're going to write down where they live, what they eat, and how they survive. So what habitat and how they survive in that habitat. So the first one is the walrus. So as I said, where it lives, where it eats, and how it survives. So if you want to do a little bit of research on Monday, you could go onto Google and type, where does a walrus live? What do they eat? And how do they survive? And you can write down some sentences for each one. But as I say, when I come back on Tuesday, we'll talk about this in a bit more detail, and we'll get some things written down. Okay, so that's all of your Monday's worksheets. As I said, if you have any problems, we can talk about it on Tuesday. And have a great day, and I will see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.